Hey, what is up you guys, my name is Sub-Zero Exabyte and I am shooting right back at you today with another episode of Do Not Mess with Sub His Minecraft World. I know that I have never called it this before, but since people do not seem to leave me alone in this world, I will try to make it as clear as possible that people really need to stay out of here because I am getting sick and tired of this every day. So last week someone broke into my house again after I moved like 1,000 blocks away from my old house. So you might be thinking like, well Sub, what in the world are you doing right now? I mean, I am just throwing around with some blocks, right? Well no, you would be kind of wrong about that, because what I am doing right now is nothing less than necessary when people think that they can just fool around with my house and destroy my property and belongings. Now, having said that, I am going to be dedicating this video today to make the most secure house possible in the world of Minecraft. Even though this might sound a little bit over the top, I think that it is my right to secure myself and my house to the fullest range of my capabilities, and I am willing to pay a lot of Robux for these security measurements that I am going to be taking today. Because like I previously said, and before that, I am sick and tired of the fact that people seem to not care about any of my personal belongings in here. I mean, I have said this 1,000 times already and I am going to be saying this again. I only join into this Minecraft world whenever I need some peace and some rest and just some space in general. I mean, I got dumped by this beautiful lady this week and I am just tired of people stealing my stuff and all of that. So right now I am going to be protecting my house, and I am going to make sure that anyone who dares to still cross me with all of this, well, I am going to make sure that ends will meet with them, because I am not backing down from a fight and I am not going to be putting down these arrows because I am Sub-Zero Exabyte and I am going to become a force to be reckoned with. Now with that said, I will still have to do a lot of things to actually get done with my security installations, but you know that will come with time, and I hope that the people who still think that they can just try and mess with me are able to see then that I am not someone that they can fool around with. Because like I said previously in this video, and as I have said in many other of these Minecraft videos, I only come here when I need some rest and relaxation and some peace of mind. So whenever I come around this place for any of those three things and I come up to my house and I see that it is gone because some Herobrine guy decided that it was worth it to destroy my house, or for some random noobs to come crash into my world through some random portal that I have never seen before, well, that is just the time that I am going to be defending myself against these people to make sure that I can just use this beautiful world that we call Minecraft for my relaxation and some spa kind of like activities. Now that may sound weird, but you know, a man has got to do what a man has got to do to get some relaxing around here for himself. Right now let's do this. Now it may not look like something with high-tech security right now, but once I am done with all of the building and construction, then you will be able to see that no one thief will be able to storm into my house and steal stuff. That is just how good I am at this, and that is just something that I like to do. I like to prove people wrong, and that is just the thing that I am going to be doing around here. Now let me quote you this from a book called Walden, written by Henry David Thoreau, and he says, and I quote, "If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put the foundations under them." So I feel like I have always been the one that was building castles in the air. Now need it be that I did that around here in Minecraft or Roblox or just in my head, that does not really matter. The essence of this quote is the fact that he says that you need to put the foundations underneath those air castles, and that will make sure that they become a reality. So the foundations are the hard work that one were to put in when doing something like that. Now I will be the one who is going to put the foundations underneath of my castles in the air. I am going to make sure that no one can mess around with the Sub-Zero Exabyte the Great anymore, and they will all regret every crossing me. Now let's close this up with this fine keypad right here and choose ourselves a little nice code that I am not going to be saying out loud, of course, for security reasons, duh. And now with all of that said and done, we should be able to only get in through this keypad, and would you look at that, we did it, boys. This is stage 1 of my super awesome security project that is like going to be super awesome. I mean, I would not think that it would be anything less than awesome, just because, you know, I mean, come on people, take a look at me and you would see that I am just here to rule the world. I mean, I am not here to rule the world, just ignore the fact that I even said that, but I am here to rule over anyone who is trying to break the rules. I am a rule enforcer, as you would say. Or you know, I could be more like a law enforcer. Oh my god you guys, I am basically a police officer right now. That is amazing. I love and support the blue line. So shout out to any of the cops out there and stay safe. Now of course none of this would be able if I was not that much of a mastermind, and I am going to do everything that I can to be able to get this done and to make sure that no one will be able to ever mess with me again, because that is how I roll. I command and I conquer. You could see me like the new Donald J. Trump, but then less old than he is. Now of course this house would not be anywhere near done without some high-tech security equipment, now would it, you guys? I mean, I am not messing around with this right here, I am not kidding with you all. Now these builds are amazing for self-defense. I can move in an instant. And that is it. This is going to be able to give me an eagle-eye perception of anything that is going on around my property. And yes, I just said that these things can become alive. Just keep watching. Chip was amazed as well. Right, Chip? But this way I can detect the thieves and the grievers from miles away. Okay, maybe not really like miles, but I mean it is going to be some distance away to say the very least. Now what this means is that I will be able to detect those people that are trying to trespass on my property, and this puts me into the advantage. It is actually giving me the high ground at that point because they have no idea that I know that they are coming for me, so I can put up all of my defenses and I will be able to wipe the floor with every one of them. Now some might say that that would be enough, right? Just putting up the outside walls as defenses. Well no, because you know walls are meant to fall. So these walls are not perfect, meaning that I will also have to protect what is inside of those walls, and that is exactly what these alive build things will be doing. No one is ever going to steal from me ever again. You could see this as my way of getting payback on the people that tried to wrong me over the years. So I will not stand for any of that, and I will do whatever I will be needing to do to actually get this done and finally get back to all of the relaxation stuff that I was doing before. So let me do this right now and it will pay for itself in the long run. I mean, all of these things are like state-of-the-art equipment, so yeah, I had to pay a state-of-the-art price for it, but that is all worth it if you ask me. I mean, eventually in the long run all of this will be paying itself back, because you know this means that less items will get stolen and I will not get grieved as often. So without all of that I can just focus on maximum relaxing around here, and that way I can work even harder when I am back in Roblox, which will make sure that I can make more and better videos, ending up in me doing a better job and making more money so that I can keep doing these kinds of videos for you guys. Now I have still got some tricks up my sleeve for any of the guys that still think that they can come around here and bamboozle me. It is like this controlled confusion, it is all a grand illusion, because even though they think that they can just bamboozle me like that, I will show them that I can bamboozle them even harder, because watch what I am about to do. First I am going to build these creatures, or however you want to call them, right here, and we will conquer Earth. That will make the boys proud. So it looks like we are about to be done with this thing and it will be fully operational. But would you just look at the size of this thing? It is insane. I mean, I have been to New York and other big cities, and the fact that those buildings and skyscrapers are so high is insane. But this thing, well, this is just something else for a change. Usually, like with the enhanced crafting bench, it was just 2 blocks wide. Well, this thing is not messing around. Now the cool thing is that I can build a lot of things that will secure my house, and when I need to move, I will make my house come alive and we will ride off into the sunset. Now that is why we are able to do this in the beautiful world of Minecraft. I mean, I would be so pissed if I actually ended up dying and to just not be able to use this thing then. Well, that would be a huge bummer. But we are not completely dead. But I will be needing some protection, so these builds will do. And then we can finally start to figure out what kind of things we can actually start building and protecting and freaking blowing up with this thing. It is like we have reinvented the freaking wheel. But instead of the wheel we built something that can come alive and do awesome stuff. And instead of reinventing it, we just made a better freaking version of a normal build. Somewhat. That is awesome. I am just in awe right now. I would have never thought that I would actually be able to build something that looks this majestic. But you know how it is. Beggars cannot be choosers. But today we have shown that we are not mere beggars. No, we have shown the people that we are a force to be reckoned with. So behold these mighty builds. Bow for it, or you will be regretting it for the rest of your mortal life, because this thing will be standing here even when you are long gone. As long as it can feast on items to blow up, and Decepticons to destroy, and for the rest, well, it really does not care about anything. We just need something to put into it so that it has something to actually do instead of just hanging around here. But like I said, That does not matter one bit, because I will be personally making sure that we can do this and that we are actually able to cook and melt enough stuff to end poverty and world hunger. But of course we need a lot of items for that, so that will basically become my life's goal. I mean, it is my creation. If there would be someone who should be dying to use it and should be supporting it through thick and thin, well then that should be me. Even though I am more of a glass half empty guy, this time around I am just doing a full 180 on that, and I am going to be supportive of my work, and that is about it. But of course, like I said, and that is the main reason why I am exploring caves and battling monsters, I need more resources to actually show the people that my creation worked, even though I am not sure how it works myself. But I guess that will come with age or something, who knows. Maybe I will not find out how it actually works until I am like 80 or something. But let's just hope that I will be able to figure this thing out before that time. I am just hoping that we can finally use this, and we are done with building like complete stacks of furnaces. Instead we could just build one big freaking furnace in the middle of your town or something, and everyone could be able to use it without a problem, and you do not have to worry about your house catching fire. So you know, taking the fire out of the home will greatly decrease the risk of a fire taking place at your home. But that is just speculations for right now. Let's just hope that the people will actually end up using this thing, because otherwise I am just stuck with a bunch of rocks that do not work and is way too big to actually do something useful with. But like I said, I am starting to become pessimistic again, and that is not what we want right now. We need to make sure that we actually get this stuff done so that we can finally start using my machine, and maybe after this one I will be going at it and start building more stuff. Maybe I will just stop with YouTube as a whole and just start practicing in the science fields or the inventor fields. I could become the new Tony Stark. How cool would that be? And of course that would make me one of the most awesome superheroes of all time. So you know, maybe I will just become Furnace Man when I am done with this thing, and I will be the one who is going to be melting hearts with my super furnace. That was really corny, I am sorry, but it looks like we almost certainly have enough now to rule the galaxy. That would be pretty freaking cool, right? But you know what would even be cooler? Well, surviving all of this right now. So I will have to make sure that I can utilize my new comrades, and make sure that I can kill some of these guys. Well, I mean not kill, but you know, incapacitate them so that they cannot hurt me, and that would make me the ruler. Is that a valid thing to say? But enough with the talking, let's get fired up. And yes, this is what I am talking about when I say fired up. My man, this is going insanely hard right now. At this rate, I think that I will be in the Hall of Meat fairly soon, and I will end up being the first Roblox character on there. So you know that this is very special. But of course this is not just special for me, because you know you guys are also here to witness me in joining the Autobots. Alright, we collected some more stuff, so now it is time for us to get back to the Allspark and see if we can actually make something cool with it. Because I am still wondering and trying to figure out how to actually build something with this thing. I mean, have you even taken a look at this thing? It is not just huge, but it is also pretty freaking complicated to actually do something with it. So in that case, you know, it actually really reminds me of the bigger crafting table that we made a couple of weeks back. I mean, it was basically just a bigger template of all the stuff that we already had. But you know, we cannot make too much of that. We just need to get on with it and make something cool with this thing. Otherwise I am about to leave everything behind and just never look back on this thing. Let's just hope that I do not end up losing my mind over this thing, because I am really afraid that I actually end up just really stressed out, and at that point I am pretty sure that this thing will come and haunt me in my dreams, which would really be kind of a bummer in my case, because sleep is something that I really kind of enjoy doing from time to time. And by time to time I mean twice a day, and sometimes 3, but that depends on what kind of breakfast I had. But I still cannot figure out how to actually build something with this thing. How bad is it that I am not even sure what to do with this thing when I am the one who should be knowing what to do with it? I know that I am supposed to be melting stuff and stuff, but I guess that this is just way harder than it actually looks. Just try it for yourself. I bet that you guys are able to build this thing on your own. Just try it out and maybe tell me if you actually ended up getting this thing to work, because I am not getting anything done with this thing. Maybe it is for the better. The world might just not be ready for this thing. Who knows? And I guess that that might just be a good thing. Since no one knows how this works, well, that means that no one will find out a way to make it work for a bad cause. But I am giving up on my creation. That was it for today. I hope that you still enjoyed it.